Hi guys, so today I'm gonna talk about things that I learned from the relationship that I had with my ex-husband while we were dating. We met through work. We were working on the same project together. At the time, I already decided to move to London, but when we started, I was in Seattle and he was in London. So we were doing long distance relationship. We got engaged right before I moved to London, and after I moved to London, our relationship became sort of couple who were seeing each other once a month, to a couple who were literally spending 24/7 together up until we got married, which we sort of rushed into. This is not about myself going back to the past, trying to find what went wrong and what went well. Not trying to regret or finding things that blame myself or the other person. This is truly about to share my experience and things that I really learned from it. Before I start, I really want to say a big thank you for all of you who sent me really nice messages. It's been amazing to see the support. Also, a lot of you share your stories about, your life and marriage and divorce and married again. And it's been amazing to hear your stories and, just really feeling like I'm not alone, and it just really made me feel glad to start sharing my stories. So thanks all of you guys. And as many of you had long-term relationship in the past, and you know how that feel when you come out of relationship, that you kind of put all the effort together, setting up goal and all this plan, and when you're sort of left alone, it's like blank page that you need to start from scratch. But I didn't run away because that was sort of things that I do try to avoid. This time I decide to really work on myself and trying to see what was sort of the pattern that I always make in the past relationship. I really didn't want to jump into other relationship and make the same mistake and waste whole another years, and I didn't really want to do that. So instead of trying to find like validation from other people or filling the gap with fleeing or just rebound, I really just took enough time to get to know myself and really look into like who I want to be and who I want to be with. One of the things that I tried work on really hard was creating like positive mindset that I really didn't have before. So before I met my ex-husband, I was in Seattle. At that time it was 2013. I was single and I was 29 years old or 28 years old or something like that. And that time I had great job. I was lucky to find a flat that was £50,000, $50,000 that I spent months to do renovation from scratch. It was amazing experience, but then after I completed the renovation and I felt like I had everything but boyfriend, and I was really focusing on like why don't I have boyfriend, like how come like I don't meet anybody interesting. Like I was just really drilling that part, although I had everything else was like perfect, and like in that age I felt like a lot more subtle. And I don't know, like I remember I cry on the phone. I was calling mom and crying and just saying how pathetic my life was, which is ridiculous now. And I do remember that time. I do remember I was just wasting my free time being stuck in like this negative thoughts in my head, that I was just thinking like I'm not enough. Like I think at some point I just decided, I was like, forget about it. I started doing a lot of things That time, I think I must be 29 years old, because there was things that people do before becoming 30, 30 to 30s or something like that. It's about finding 30 different things to do before you get 30 years old. So yeah, I was very excited. I made a list of 30 plus different things that I want to do. You know, a lot of things I did during, like when I travel, going to somewhere new. So I traveled a lot that time too. And I guess I just like felt really good in myself, and I loved spending time alone. And then I met my ex-husband. After kind of spending enough time getting to know each other, really felt like we had sort of similar mindset, but a bit different, you know. Yeah, but like I'm trying to careful what words that I use, because I don't wanna say anything revealing privacy. And I think because we were sort of doing long distance relationship, whenever we met, we were just having a really great time together. We talked about lots of similar things, and we had similar interests. We were like always talking about new ideas, and you know, because the nature of, because we work in this sort of similar thing, I guess we have similar interests. What I want to highlight here is like, you really need to spend enough time to get to know the person better, and you know, really need to share like, what is your goal, what is your value, what do you think about your life, what's the important thing that you want to do in the next 5 years, what's the plan, those type of thing. Because I think there were a couple of things that I didn't notice, or I ignored, because I was already sort of in love with this my ex-husband. So yeah, I think like once you're sort of in love with someone, you can't really see clearly. I know a lot of you probably like understand how that feels, because once you kind of faded into sort of after honeymoon period, then you kind of started seeing those flaws, and you sort of ignore it. So you can't really blame anybody, because like you are the one who made that decision, you are the one who ignored it. So I really want to emphasize that, you know, you need to really spend enough time to get to know person better before committing. I think the society creating some sort of invisible timeline that making people feel bad about. Like when you say you met someone nice, then people ask, when are you guys become serious? And when you're having serious relationship, then people are like, when are you getting engaged? And when you're engaged, when are you getting married? And when you get married, then like, when are you gonna have babies? Endless pressure, and people just talk about. And I think really to stop listening what other people think you should do, and just decide what you feel like you want to do. If this is the right person, then you will spend lots of time together in the future. So what's the point of rushing, you know? Like, don't feel like you need to chase anything. Don't feel like you're behind on anything, because you know it's gonna block you like to be able to enjoy like any like date or relationship and or marriage. And also like, I think the scarcity part of like, oh, what if I don't meet a good person, what if I don't meet the love of my life and all that stuff. And I mean, if you see yourself and like can think of like, you're amazing single living in somewhere, and of course there will be somewhere opposite sex who is amazing and you know also single. I think those type of things of like the frustration of not meeting the person, and when you kind of focus on that part, and you can really go onto the rabbit hole of like what's wrong with me type of thing. But yeah, I really work on myself a lot, trying to fix those thoughts, and trying to value my time, trying to value my myself. So like I'm going to say no to like things that I don't want to, and my time is important. I really value my time, and yeah, so like saying no to the date that you didn't want to meet, that is also really important. And saying no to the wrong relationship and unavailable people. I really want to highlight always try to put yourself first, and enjoy your life, and other things will just come along. Thanks so much for watching. Next video I'll probably talk about some of the struggles and my experience during marriage. Please leave any comment that if you have any question, or if you have something that you want to hear more about, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.